I need some more custom here.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I'm here with Coach Monty Gray this morning. Coach, let's just start off by talking about you're coming back to East Forsyth. How does it feel to be coming back to a place that you spent so much time as a young man and growing up, and now you get to, kind of be an impact to young men as the next basketball coach at East Forsyth?
Well, as I said before, it's full circle. I've been around the block a little bit with my career, and for me to come back home, it's tremendous on so many different levels. Back when I was 14 years old, I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, had a head full of hair, and I was loving life, didn't have any cares in the world, and from there, it's just a blessing for me to come back and again be back in the hallways, especially the gym, and just be back to my old stomping ground. So I'm very, very excited.
I've saw you coach at Forsyth Country Day. I've seen you coach at Glenn. We'll get into that. I thought that was pretty funny that you've coached both K Vegas teams. But what are you looking forward to bringing to the table with East Forsyth?
Our thing is not going to be really trying to focus on, a state championship right now and that sort of thing. I mean, I think that'd be a little naive. So, what I try to do, my whole thinking process behind this is, I want to start by just really communicating with our guys and really just trying to build that relationship with them first. I think that's the most important. Everybody talks about, trust the process. And I tell you, I know it's a little cliche-ish, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everybody wants to win the state championship. Everybody wants to win, their conference. They want to win, the Frank Spencer. I get that. I mean, who doesn't? But when you start really thinking about it, you have to kind of take preliminary steps beforehand. And that's building the relationships, putting out the standards that you want to uphold, making the kids accountable. You want to try to get, buyout and involvement with the community. And so, that's what I'm really trying to do this year. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was on a different level. I thought I knew everything about coaching, couldn't tell me a whole lot, but, through my experiences and again, being around the block, different type of mentality now. And so I'm trying to take things real slow and, really listen to our players.
And that's great to hear, Coach. Now, I kind of wanted to ask, what has the conversations been like with Coach Willard and Plaster? Because big time East Forsyth guys, they're very, very popular. So you're going to be joining that group since the 2 state championships that have happened. But kind of discuss like your conversations with them and how excited they are to have you join the athletic program.
Well, I tell you, I sought out early about the job because, again, I'm from Kernersville, and I always wanted to come home. So I reached out to Coach Plaster, and I said, listen, I had some questions just to kind of get a feel about, where they are in the process and whatnot. And, he was very straight up. He was, respectful. He gave me a lot of good insight about what they are looking for in the coach. I also had a good conversation with Coach Willard. I mean, for him to do what he's done, winning state titles, he's built a culture over there at that school that's positive. The climate that he has produced right now is just amazing. So, I mean, having that opportunity to kind of talk with them a little bit, I felt that everything lines up together. And so, for me to be able to come back home and just be around those guys again, I can't say it enough. It's a blessing, and I'm just looking forward to it.
I'm excited to see at East Forsyth, my alma mater as well. I was helping Mike Meese out on his coaching staff back in the day.
I remember
in high school. Yeah. And so I kind of wanted to ask you, because I remember you were across the court. How does it feel to have coached both K Vegas teams now?
Well, I'll tell you, when I first took the job at Glenn, a lot of people were kind of giving me a hard time. They're like, how could you do that? How could you do that? How could you do that to go to Glenn? But, it was an opportunity for me to grow as a coach, And when we played East Forsyth and basketball, football, whatnot, I mean, of course, we wanted to win every time, and it's competitive love, man. And so at the end of the day, when the game was over, whether we won or lost, it was all good, it's fine. And so now I'm at East now, and so how the folks that I spent time with over at Glenn, now they're like, well, wait a minute, you were just here. And so I'm like, well, this is home. and there's nothing like home. And so it's funny. A lot of the teachers have already hit me up from Glenn and it's a hard time, but it's all good. It's all love, though. It's all love.
Yes, you're definitely going to add to the rivalry. But I appreciate your time this morning, and I'm looking forward to covering you at East Forsyth this upcoming season.
Absolutely. And let me go ahead and say this. And I know you've had coaches on here before. Thank you, thank you, thank you for what you're doing for high school sports. I wish we had something like this when we were coming back, when we were coming through back in the day. But I just want to say thank you so much. It's a service to our community and to our players in high school sports. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you so much, Coach.